What's up? My name is Tuturani Jovo. Everyone else calls me TK. I am the creative director and founder of the Radioactive blog. One of the initiatives of the blog is the Radioactive Poetry Cafe.
Kellela bana ba popelo ya ka kellela thari e tlisitseng ma-Afrika thari maranta thari ke masisapelo ke Afrika ke alla.
The Radioactive Poetry Cafe sessions held in the May of 2022 had a special buzz and proceedings as the sessions was in light of Africa Day. True to the norm on nights like these, storytellers gathered from near and afar to give a word through their respective arts. To name a few stage dwellers: Oratile, Masai, The Royals, Miss Faith, Letabo.
How are these Africans able to write about anything other than war, exceeding to see us with coy smiles, deplorable shame for our disappointment? How are these Africans able to write about anything other than war, exceeding to see us coy smiles, deplorable shame for our disappointment? Like a spoiled meal, these refugees could talk, and write, and love, and think, and swim, and kill time in a billion other ways, as if they had the dexterity of balancing life with life.
I went to, in 2019, I think, I went to Malawi, stayed at a refugee camp. We were hosted by this family. I went there to perform poetry at this big festival there. When you're there, you're expecting crazy stories from people that you've heard about these wars from media and all that. And you're also expecting a host of shit, a lot of stuff that just has to do with terror and war and the repulsive shit that is very terrible, that's going to be told in these poetry pieces that these kids are going to write, and these young people or whatever. To some degree, that's what we all expected. But the poem details those expectations of people. The poem starts off when the last poet is about to do his piece, the boy. So I'm saying before the young boy poet started reciting, he smiled almost incessantly. You know, that's how the poem starts. To an empty, you know, and then by that time, the hall, which had a lot of people previously, had walked out because they didn't get from the poems of the young poets that were there. They didn't get the stories that they wanted to hear about the war. They found out that these were normal people who had stories to tell about their lives. They also felt depression. They also had love stories. They also went to eat. They also went to shops. And so the whole poem was a diss to everybody that came there. But it's also the story of these kids themselves, because the funny thing, and I guess it's like the irony of the whole situation, was just after everyone had left and everybody was done with their stuff, the last kid said what they had come to listen to, but only the people that stayed after they had listened to everybody else talk about all the boring stuff, which is what we get to write about. And it was so powerful for me because it's something I've been very passionate about, which is that how discrimination and prejudice takes away autonomy of people. Like if you're black, sometimes you have to prove yourself even more than what a normal person has to.
Born in 97, Victoria independent, as fires in the mountains, Run, when I was 7, saw a match made in heaven. A match made of stone, now that's fires in the mountains. Died at 33, the Messiah 2011, I'm just Maya if I'm honest. Hong Kong Harbor, that's a monk on a bridge. Always wore the light like I'm Titch One Duck. The Phoenix, Andri stopped down, he never ducked. Took my life, was 2 bullets to the chest. My mother said, desist, brother, desist. Like I'm Tish One Duck. Now I'm just trying to master beats like I'm Three Stop Dying. But master beats, mama. I'm trying to master beats like I'm Three Stop Dying. But master beats, mama.
I am here after the gathering of gods. I am the chosen one. In fact, to be clear, I volunteered to be here. I chose this path. I molded this flesh. I gave up my wings for this chance. Suicide. For God must first die in the heavens in order to be born on earth, a sacrifice. Of course, I was advised to revise, to reconsider. It is too late, they said, those people are doomed. They've suffered a mortal wound. Beyond healing, if you go down there will be no happy ending, you know this. Zeus himself pulled me on the side and said, the last time a god dwelled amongst men, they crucified him and he had not since returned. I do admire your willingness to go down there and save them, but those people are doomed. You'll be doing them justice if you bring floods and start anew. There is a flaw in your design. You gave them too much compassion, yet they cannot deserve the same consideration for their kind. Why? He asked. What are you trying to prove? You were never one for sculptures, scriptures, and songs. How are they going to recognize you? What is the use? Even Buddha pulled me on the side and said, it is too late, old friend. Their hearts are riddled with self-hate. They have abandoned their tongue. Zeus might be right. Death would be mercy. But when I looked down, I saw something in you. Something old. Something that resembles an ancient light. A spark last seen on earth but forged. But yet it lives in you. Flickering. Barely there. Hope. You see, I had to be here. But to come, there are things I had to sacrifice. Like the recollection of the heavens, for at least I am of age, a torn page. Wisdom stored in the breast of a woman of which I chose to be born. The decision of a mother was paramount. A parallel of that of choosing my name. You see, I had to be here to tell you that there is more than one God, one for each race in this marathon of life, and I am one of them. If you have not read all of the book, there are hidden pages in catacomb passages, whispers in cathedral corridors of high ceilings, tinted windows, and concrete floors. Time betrayed your elders. The norm age in dog years. What was once seen as pure is now seen as flawed, but I am here now, and all will be revealed. All will be revealed.
Africa Day, a celebration of, well, Africa's potential. The borders, they remain, but in theory, a community was to prevail, where no African child feels like a foreigner anywhere on African soil. Johnny Blaze for
Under the sun.